Hey, what's going on, Bird Game? Philly Carnage here. So I've had some questions about the sliders for the experience that I use here in the rebuilds to help, progress players along the way. Uh, typically I base mine off of like T Dog, Matt 10. So they do a lot of the multiple 20-year, simulations, see how players are progression through over like 10 different franchise thing or something along those lines. Uh, I mean, they do a lot of work and research into this thing. For me, I kind of base it off of them, and then I do my own thing. So with that, we might as well just get right into it. So XP sliders, here's your base. Everything is set to 100. So pretty much the way that I run mine, D-Dog, they have it 95. So quarterback, quarterback's one of those things that will constantly get experience points. So I don't, really put them too high per se. It's more. I'll bump them up to roughly 110. Um, Halfbacks are another one. Yes, halfback gets a lot of experience for touches, but you always bump them up, say 120. T-Dog has them at 125. Tight ends, that's another big one because for the most part, a lot of guys use their tight ends, but they're one of those that position that if you're not throwing to them a lot, you need to be able to get them the experience just in blocking. So T-Dog has them all the way up at 150. I keep it simple and put it at 140. Wide receivers, they get the ball all the time. And, also to help their blocking whenever it comes to the run game, 125. Fullback's a big one. Not many teams carry them, but, 115, same as T Dog. Tackle, guard, and center. These are the big ones because they need the biggest boost, uh, especially whenever it comes at center. So your guards pull. That's one thing you don't really have to worry too terrible much about. So I always bump them 135. Tackles, we get them up there to that 140. And centers are the big thing because you want them. Other than your quarterback, your center is pretty much the most important position team. So we take them right up to 155. T Dog, he says 165. Defensive ends, another position that to help the improvement, they have them at 140. Defensive tackles at 170. So we just kind of keep it kosher, 125, and then for D tackles, we bump them up to 130. Middle linebackers and outside, this is where it gets a little iffy. They have them below the 100%, which makes sense along with the quarterback because they're always on the field. And typically, these are the positions that get usered. But, you want to go and keep the progression roughly the same. So, you just bump up. You can keep them 115 to 125 ish. Well, I'm sorry, 115, 120 ish. Corners, a lot of guys I see don't really, user them. Safeties are another one. You can bump them up to 120 as well. That way, your secondary rounds out pretty evenly. Kickers and punters, honestly, the best, 135, 125, whatever. Uh, it's really wherever you want to go. So with that, pretty much, that this is how I run the rebuilds. So feel free to pause the video, go through a screenshot, write them down. If you want to give them a shot, it helps progress everybody, even your rookies. Um, 'Cause, I mean, we all know that there's a lot of rookies out there that come into the league not expecting to do really well, but then they come out and they ball out. So with that, it's just one of those things that it helps them even off that normal dev to boost everything, get them to be a more well-rounded player, and it just improves your overall, you know, franchise experience. Since we all know franchise has not been, one of the top things that Madden has prioritized over the years. So, yeah. So it was just a short little episode here for the channel, just something to get out there. I know I had questions about it. Uh Make sure to follow the Instagram, the Twitch, the Facebook, and down in the description is my Discord. You guys are more than welcome to join that, connect with me a lot more through Discord, where um, I'm readily available every day, all day long for the most part. Uh, yeah, feel free to connect with me. And while you're at it, don't forget to hit that like button, drop those comments, and hit that subscribe button if you're new with the little bell icon on. That way you're alerted every time I post new content. You are one of the first to know. Other than that, Philly's out.